Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how I made this very simple bottle decoration using the ScanNCut. This is just an ordinary little retro glass mini bottle that you can get on eBay or Amazon, and I've just created a belly band and using one of the basic shapes that's in the ScanNCut machine made a very simple decoration that could be used for Father's Day or birthday. I'm going to fill this with something, probably sweets, I think. I may even cut a shape for the top. I've not decided what I'm going to do about the lid yet. But it's very simple, very quick and easy to make, and I thought I'd show you how I did it. Okay, to choose the design for the front of the bottle, I went into patterns. I went into this icon here, which is like holidays and shapes, and then into frames. And I chose this frame here, ARK008. And I wanted it to be 3 inches high or wide, so that's the size I've set and said OK. I'm going to cut it in 2 different colours, so I'm going to choose A and say OK, and the height is 3 inches and set. And then I'm going to go to add and choose the part B, OK, and I'm going to leave the sizes because it should be set to the correct size for the part A and say set. So this is the top layer, and then I wanted to add number 1 dad on here, so I went to add, back to patterns, into the text. I chose the stencil font and I went capital N 0, no, I want a small 0, so select number 1, come over to the ones, said OK, and I'm going to leave it at that size for now. I know it's too big, but I'm just going to leave it like that for now, and then I want the word dad, so back to add, back into the fonts, back to the stencil fonts. I want all capitals this time. OK, set. And those are too big to go on there, so I'm just going to resize them. So I'm going to choose the dad first, come over to this icon, come to the resize buttons, and I'm going to take the width down to fit in there. I'm just going to do this by eye at the moment. I may have to adjust it, but for now we'll leave it like that. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to zoom in to see how it looks. I might make it a little bit smaller. So while it's still selected, back into the sizing, might take it down to about 1.57 that says, so that is probably going to be okay. I'll zoom in again. That actually looks okay. So we'll go back to the number 1 now, and we'll take that down. So back into the sizing. I'm going to alter it by the width, because the width is the widest point, if that makes sense, rather than the height. It's a lot wider than it is high. So to get it in here, I'm going to adjust the width. I'm going to take this one down, maybe to about 1.75, and see how it looks. Drag it up here, zoom in. Now I think I need to make that smaller in proportion to the word dad. So while it's still selected, take it down to about 1.25, and see how that looks. Zoom in. I think that's looking better. So we'll have number 1 dad. And I think what I'll do, I'm just going to line this up in the middle and line it up with that middle line. Bring this over. Bring this over. I think that looks okay. Might have to adjust it ever so slightly. Use the little arrows and say OK. Group those all together because I want this cutting together in one colour card, and I'm going to layer it up on top of that. So I'm going to come to these icons, use the grab handles just to select, say OK, OK and unify, and it's saying OK to unify, so I'm going to say OK. So that now moves that as one, so I can cut that in one card and I can cut the base layer in another. Okay, so I have my mat loaded with my 2 pieces of card, I've got my blade set, and I'm just going to cut these now. Okay, so I've cut those now and I've started doing a bit of faux stitching around, so I'm just going to finish off, and I'm using a Micron 005 pen for this. And I'm just doing little dashed lines very close to the edge, and then I'm going to layer those up. And then I've got 2 pieces of card. I've got a piece of card that's 1.5 inches wide by 8 inches long, and a piece of card that's 1 inch high by 8 inches long, and I'm going to stick those 2 together. I've still not quite got the hang of this fast fuse yet. You kind of have to do a little check mark at the end. I'm going to line these up, just stick this on top of that one, just down the middle. Try and get it as straight as I can. Like that. I think I'm going to stick this one on flat rather than pop it up. Stick that on top of there. Like so. Then I'm just going to take a bone folder and just start to bend this a bit, just to encourage it to bend, because we want it to bend around the bottle. And I think I might even add some faux stitching to this. Okay, so I've done that now. Don't know if you can see that. I'm going to put some glue on the end of here. And I've made this 8 inches so it overlaps by about 1 inch round my bottle. So I'm going to place it round the bottle and wrap it round. There we go. Put that on there. Now you could either leave the join at the back or turn it round to the front and put this over the join. It doesn't really make any difference how you do it, I think. think I might actually put it to the front, and I'm going to put 3D foam pad on here. I'm going to use quite a big one and put it vertically, so hopefully stick. So that's all stuck, and I'm going to put that over there in the middle. So that's how we're looking so far. So I've got some of this jute string now. I'm going to wrap it round the neck of the bottle. I'm going to wrap it round a few times and just keep pulling it down. And then I'm going to tie it in a bow, I think. It's probably easier to do this lying it down. What do you think? Quite cute? I think so. Nice, simple, quick, easy project to do, say, for Father's Day or for any birthday. This doesn't have to say number one dad, it could be anything. You could use a ScanNCut to write happy birthday. Fill it full of sweets, anything small that would fit in it really. They're quite a good size, these bottles. Doesn't have to be a glass bottle like this. You could maybe use a plastic bottle, take the label off it, clean it out, fill it. But I just thought this would be a quick, simple project that could be done, especially for Father's Day. So I hope you found that helpful. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.